Today at GainaTrucking.com.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and it's becoming a wild ride in the car market these days, but Koppel wants to let you know and assure you that we are staying the course with our usual pricing model. We've still got huge discounts and low interest rates, so let's get after it. We've got over $12,500 off list price or 0% APR right now on select new vehicles. New and pre-owned, our lots are full, so now's the time to buy. Please stop on in the dealership or check us out at koppelcars.com. You'll be glad you did. Stock number G187747. All deals with roof credit.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with the child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
You don't have to cross your fingers when digging into the ground this spring. Start every project with a call to Nebraska 811 so utilities like LES can mark their buried lines and you can avoid injury and power outages.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock, A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. Spring is here, summer is fast approaching. With weddings, vacations, and weekend getaways on your mind, do not let car issues prevent you from getting where you need to be. Car problems shouldn't be something that you put up with. Let us get you back on the road in comfort and safety. We diagnose all makes and models from Porsches to Hondas, Toyotas, and Chevrolets. We fix a variety of issues with all of them with our talented techs and our experienced staff. A1 Automotive at 11th and L, downtown Lincoln, always honest answers.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills Global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
I'm softball player Jordy Ball, and my schedule can get a little hectic. From softball practices to going to class, traveling for games, spending time with family, and catching up with friends, I am always on the go. I want a bank that can help me from anywhere, but also be there when I need them. That's Midwest Bank. They have the same mobile banking technology as those big banks, but have that hometown feel that I like every time I walk through the doors. They make banking easy no matter where I am. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank.
Hey, what are you talking about over there?
Huh?
I said, what are you talking about?
You know, Bill, I think it's time for both of us to get our hearing checked. We should head over to Christensen Hearing Analytics.
Oh, yeah, I've heard about them. They offer a free hearing consultation and screening, affordable hearing aid prices, and a knowledgeable staff with over 30 years of experience.
Visit Christensen Hearing Analytics today in Williamsburg Village or give them a call at 402-489-3450. Christensen Hearing Analytics. A better life starts with better hearing.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
Finally, a good reason to have a smart house. Just say, Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket, and we'll magically start playing. How's it work? Nobody knows. Don't ask questions. Welcome to The Drive with A.D. Raff and Ahman Gray. Former Husker football national champion, speaker, and author, Aaron Davis.
Nebraska will win the national championship.
The Cornhuskers beat Miami. It is history, 13-0, and bring that trophy back to Lincoln.
Former Arena Football League quarterback, former head coach of the Capital City Crush, and guru of Husker football history, Chris Raff.
25 straight wins for the Cornhuskers. One of the most dominating stretches in college football history.
We may have seen one of the best teams in the history of college football tonight.
12-year NFL veteran.
He's got some speed to go with strength.
Huskers and Green Bay Packers Hall of Famer.
Shovel pass to Green into Vikings territory. Finally brought down.
And University of Nebraska eSports coach, Ahman Green.
Look at Green all by himself. 20, 10, touchdown.
Sponsored by Doors Plus on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, everybody, we are back again. This is The Drive, 93.7. Wow, that's pretty good. I'm proud of myself. Good morning, everyone.
I did, all by myself.
Lincoln, Nebraska, home of the Huskers, and Nick Sainert.
Please don't do that again, though, Raff.
Oh, it's good to see you back here, Nick. Nick, how was teaching the youth yesterday?
It was
morning,
good.
man?
It was good. It's always a good time. I hadn't been able to do it in a couple of weeks, so it was nice to get back over there. We had a lot of open conversations about Nico Iamaleava yesterday.
Sure. Oh, we did too.
A lot of those conversations going on.
Absolutely. AG, good morning, brother.
Good morning.
Good morning. Folks, there's two things that's guaranteed in life: death and taxes. Today is tax day across America. I'm sure even at the post office yesterday, there was a number of people that were just swamped in that place. I can't imagine what today is going to look like. So a quick reminder to everyone, if you haven't got them out there extensions, getting those taxes turned in. You guys
got it taken care of? Raff,
Yes.
you
Yep.
got it taken
Done.
care of? AG, we good?
Yes. None. I was writing checks yesterday. It was fun.
I'm on extension, so
No IRS coming after any of us. We're good.
Nope.
Cool. We've already had it returned to us. So
you did
over here. Yeah.
Oh,
I've already
so you get return.
There's no returns this way.
It's the only time I use a check.
I wish.
A year.
AG, yeah, I wish.
I wish. I think it's been almost 20 years since I got a return.
Yeah,
A refund. I'll say a refund.
Yeah, there's no refunds coming that way whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
You guys, in the news real quick, man, all of, and this is not, it's not good news by any stretch, but man, all of the plane crashes, helicopter crashes, it's been nuts.
Yeah.
It's just like every day there's one that's going down or something that happened. Let me ask you guys this, kind of the question throw out there.
What?
First, I'm going to ask each one of you. Oh, Nick, have you ever been on a helicopter?
No. Never really want to.
Mm-hmm.
Don't really want to. This was before like everything that's happened. Planes are larger, so there's something to it, but helicopters, it's much more of a confined space.
Mm-hmm.
It's just not my thing, probably.
AG, I'm sure you have, but I know you have a lot of opportunities. You've been on a helicopter, bro?
Yeah, I've been on a few times.
What were your thoughts about it?
I'll say that as long as the driver, obviously knows what they're doing. I've been in a situation where it was it was on our honeymoon, and they had to fly us, I think, out or back to Fiji to the mainland. I can't remember which one. And it was at night, so it was a little, for my wife, she was bugged out. For me, I was like, I'm kind of at the point like Abusa, in certain moments. Being on an airplane to a helicopter, it's like, you know what? I think I did everything in my life that I wanted to do, and I'm pretty satisfied. So if something goes down, I'm at peace with everything. So.
Yeah. Raff, what about you? Been in a helicopter before?
I've never been to the chopper. Nope, never been in a
Get
helicopter.
to the chopper.
There it is.
To the chopper.
That's my guy right there. He knew what I was going for.
I knew it. As soon as you said it, I'm like, oh, Predator. Oh my God, man. That's why you're my dude. That's why you're one of my dudes.
Oh, yeah.
David from Renew, I knew you would chime in because I know you've been on a lot of them in your military days as a Marine. He goes, I've been on a helicopter 8 times. I've never landed in one, jumped out of all of them.
Oh, good Lord. Don't jump too high.
Yeah. Jordan P, they're just pushing it to make it seem like it's crazy. We're doing better than normal years. I don't, and Jordan P, my thing wasn't pushing it. It just seems like it's definitely, I mean, the stats don't lie. I mean, there's numbers out there towards it's happened more frequently, but nevertheless, I mean, here, and granted, I don't, when we talk about legacy media, things like that, I do not doubt you on that narrative they push at times. I'm just not a helicopter guy, even before the few incidents, because think about it, there's literally thousands and thousands of helicopters going today. What's up, Jackaroo? Jackaroo's going right by. We'll read Jack's greeting here soon, but Jack's on his way. Jack Russell right there. Appreciate you, brother. But yeah, I'm just not a helicopter guy, man. I've just never been. There's been plenty of times to ride. I'm like, nah, I'm good. I'm good. I don't. You know the thing about it with the airplanes, AG, like you mentioned, I always say a prayer before we take off. And I'm kind of like you, AG. It's like, you know what? If I'm doing something to push the envelope, that's one thing. But when I'm doing something normal like flying an airplane, it's kind of like, if it's my time to go, it's my time to go.
Where do you guys land on the idea of skydiving?
Not doing it.
Not doing it. Raff, no. AG,
I'm good. I'm on the way.
Did it several times. Can't wait to do it again.
Wow.
I flew with the Blue Angels, so I'll do that 1,000 times.
AG was doing it during the middle of the season for the Packers.
Off season.
And
middle of the off season.
Bringing in the game on Lambeau Field.
I would love to do that. That'd been dope. I've been so hyped for that game. I'm like, I don't care who's on the other side of the field. Nobody's winning this game but us right now.
AG in full pads.
I'll come down in full pads, be like, let's go. Let's get it. I just jumped out of the airplane. Ain't care. Nobody stopped me on this football field.
The reason I bring that up, so I'm getting into The Amazing Race, which, by the way, Jake Sorensen says is a stupid show.
No, it's not.
I think it's a great
Jake
show.
Sorensen,
yes.
Need a cup of coffee.
I agree. But anyway, so I'm getting into it.
A fantastic show.
This last week, they were in Dubai, and like they opened the thing up, they opened the clue up, and it said, fault into Dubai, and they had to skydive into Dubai. And I was thinking, like, I need a couple of days to mentally prepare myself. First off, second off, like opening up that card and being like, all right, well, are you doing it or am I doing it? Because they have to choose one of them.
Yeah.
And it's like, I would quickly volunteer my partner, whoever I'm in the Amazing Race with, to say, hey, you get to do this. I want to give you this opportunity.
Would you? So you would never skydive, Nick?
Nope.
Would you, Raff?
No. I think it'd be incredibly thrilling, but it's something about like the whole. What if the parachute doesn't parachute? And
you mean open?
Well, okay, the parachute doesn't open to do its job. I mean, there's just lack of trust in other things.
I would ask though, would it be a tandem? That's what I did. I didn't jump solo. I jumped tandem.
Yeah, the tandem would be okay. Tandem would be okay.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Full disclosure, yeah, I didn't say all that, but yeah, it was tandem with a guy who had over 40,000 jumps. I said, "Oh, I'm good."
Either that's
I was like, if it is my day to go, if it was my day to go, it will be, because this guy, like I said, he had jumped with several presidents, Tom Cruise, Will Smith, the name, and I was like, you know what?
Yeah,
I'll see y'all in a little bit. I'll be good.
Yeah.
So you look at that though. He's 40,000 jumps. He's really good at what he does, or maybe his time's coming up.
Just stop it, Raff. Stop it, please. Stop it. Stop it.
The sand is already almost full.
We got to clip all of this, but stop it right there.
No, I just
Raff.
Like if you were to give me the choice, if you were to give us the choice of you're going to scuba dive or you're going to skydive, I'm scuba diving.
Well, where though? Where are you scuba diving at? That's a serious question.
Okay, well, here we go right here.
What's the options?
My neighbor,
Stoke.
My neighbor, Eric Fuentes.
Yep.
He might be listening right now. We were on the phone literally very early this morning. He just got back from the Philippines. He was skydiving. Oh, not the skydiving. Got me thinking skydiving. He was scuba diving. He's done it all over the world.
Yeah.
And he's seen fish over there that you could only see in that area. He goes, it's a different world. And he does it.
It's the warmth of the water.
Yeah. He's scuba diving all over the world.
Every animal.
Try see what they got in there.
Yeah.
Probably a lot of empty beer bottles underneath.
For every animal that lives in the water, obviously it depends on the temperature of the current. So certain fish, like you said, AD, are only going to be over there because that water is warm. Over here, and like the East Coast, upper East Coast is cooler. But the reason why I asked that, because I remember going down to Australia, and scuba diving in the Great Barrier Reef, and which was one of my to-do lists. So box checked. But what I didn't know when I went down to touch the bottom, and I was like just kind of hovering in the area, and I noticed it was no netting like in the area, because I thought I saw these things go out there. I'm like, okay, at least it's a netted area. So obviously, if the big boys come through and be like, "Hey, what's up?" And I didn't see that net, I say, you know what? I'm gonna be the smarter than the average bear. Hey, I'm out of here. I catch that on the flip side down under. I'm not gonna be the shrimp on the bobby. Okay,
Them sharks were looking at AG like, "Oh, he's a nice cut, mate."
Yeah, he's lean. That is lean meat there, mate. We're gonna get some lean American meat today, mate. I was like, Jesus. There's no name. This is the great white shark territory. So I'll let your boy. I'm going up to the boat.
Hey, what did I do when I was in Jamaica?
You parasailed,
but I snorkeled, right? I just snorkeled.
Yeah, snorkeling is where you don't have the tank of
we just
oxygen.
had a little
you just got
yeah. He snorkeled.
Yeah, I was
snorkeling's the safest, I would imagine.
Yeah, you're only like 2 feet of water, and you could barely swim. You're basically walking on the bottom of the.
And no sharks are really down there.
I was gonna say ours. So when I went in Cancun last January, we snorkeled off the boat. Like you jumped off the boat and you just left your body on top of the water.
Oh, yeah.
And I mean, it was
very
deep.
shallow.
Yeah. See, ours was deep. Ours was like normal fishing, but they just went to a populated area where they knew that there's a lot of fish over at.
Yeah.
It is a beautiful thing looking down under there, though, man. Derek in the car says scuba and snorkeling off the Grande Island in the Philippines, remarkable. Go Navy. Yeah, Derek, and thank you for your service too, brother. He did that. He absolutely loved it. Eric is still messed up time-wise because, it's literally 10:16 at night there right now. So he's getting acclimated again, but some great trips there. Well, folks, we got a guest that's going to come join us real quick. Just do it during the segment.
Should we go to break then come back?
Let's go to break.
We'll
come back.
Yeah, we'll go to break and come back, folks. We got a guest that's coming in. Appreciate Raff for bringing in the young man. I've known him and his family for many, many years before he's around. As far as that goes, doing some great things here in the community. We'll be right back, folks. It's The Drive, 93.7 A Ticket.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
The Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see lots of sunshine with light winds. An afternoon high around 67. Tonight, mainly clear skies and light winds, low near 45. And tomorrow, we'll see mainly sunny skies. It'll be breezy and warm with the high near 82. I'm meteorologist Kyle Plecker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Load up on meat and more this spring at The Mercado by Certified Piedmontese with great selections of T-bones, tomahawks, ribeyes, filet mignon, brisket, sirloin, and so much more. The Mercado has locations at 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, and now 85th and Old Cheney in Lincoln, where you can have $2 draft beer every Thursday night from 4 to 8 p.m. and half-price espresso drinks on Fridays from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Get to The Mercado today for the best meat in town.
Hey volleybalfans, this is Laura Dijkema, national player of the Netherlands and now the setter on Omaha's newest professional team, Love Omaha Volleyball. League volleyball is bringing the heat this year. Don't miss your chance to see Olympians, national players and national champions right here in Omaha from now through April. We can't wait to see you cheering for us in the stands. Visit lovboma.com to buy single match tickets to see me and Love Omaha Volleyball in action. Go Big Green!
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
You know the saying, April showers bring May flowers. Well, it's true for heart health, too. Sprinkling in a few small changes can make a big impact on your heart health. Try adding a vegetable to your dinner or no salt seasoning. Looking for support in making these changes? Join a workshop to learn more about a healthy lifestyle. Search Chronic Disease Nebraska for more details. Paid for by Nebraska DHHS, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in temperature-controlled high-end wine room. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for spirits and cigars. That's Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call today at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started. Bagels and Joe is the best place to start off your mornings, and you can order your breakfast ahead of time on their app. You can't go wrong with one of their great bagel sandwiches or breakfast burritos. Stop by any of their 4 locations in Lincoln and their location in Seward. Bagels and Joe. When you were a kid, clubs were cool. Robotics club and space club and stuff like that. But what do adults get? Book clubs and quilting clubs? Nah, forget that. How about margarita clubs and old-fashioned clubs? Get to Upside Bar and Lounge for the best clubs in town. Try all 10 varieties of Upside margaritas or old-fashions and take home a free souvenir glass. Grab the whole crew and pair it with Taco Night on Mondays or Whiskey Wednesdays. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills Global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
Garage doors can break down or quit working at the worst times. At Doors Plus, they understand that a broken garage door sometimes means repair and not replace. Sometimes, all you need to make your door like new again is a few bolts, a realignment, or even a new balance. Trust the pros at Doors Plus to handle your garage door repair the right way so you can get on with your busy schedule. Visit them online at DoorsPlusLLC.com or give them a call today at 402-590-5800. Doors Plus. Garage doors and more.
Spring has arrived. The temperatures are rising, and it's time to get your equipment ready for the season. Landmark Implement has high-quality used John Deere planters, sprayers, and tractors, priced to move and ready to work for you. Take advantage of unbeatable deals and flexible financing to upgrade your operation without stretching your budget. Stop by your local Landmark Implement or browse our full inventory online at landmarkimp.com. Before these deals are done, experience the Landmark difference.
Now back to The Drive with AD, Raff, and Ahman Green on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, everybody, we're back again. This is The Drive on 93.7 The Ticket. It is Tuesday, and we have ourselves a guest in studio.
Before we get to our guest, let you know who helps us make this happen. And that was the gentleman who just drove by. Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services has been a well-respected representative since 1999. Protect your home, your family, your vehicle, or even your future. Give Jack a call today at 402-421-9100. Or visit one of his 2 locations in Seward or in Lincoln and see how Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services can help you. Raffy, we got a guest.
We have a guest. We have one of the bright young stars of Lincoln, Nebraska. I mean, just what he's doing, just amazing work. We have Malachi Hopkins with us. Malachi, how are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
Just living the dream. So tell us a little bit about Everybody Gets a Chance. I mean, it's just incredible. 22 years old and just doing what you're doing already. It's highly impressive.
Thank you, man. So Everybody Gets a Chance. We abbreviate it for EGC. We're a nonprofit who does sports performance training and mentorship, and then provides scholarships for underprivileged youth. And last week or two was our 2 years of business. So really, it was almost 3 because I wasn't registered as a nonprofit yet. But we've been around for almost 3 years. You know, kind of the reason why I started it, a little background. After I graduated high school in 2020, we had COVID year. So my freshman year, I didn't get to play college ball. And then sophomore year, I played at Coffeyville, Kansas. And then I had a bad neck injury, spinal stenosis. So moved back here to Lincoln and had to get an MRI on that. And then on the MRI, they diagnosed me with that. And then they seen a nodule in my thyroid. And they're like, oh, we got a nodule in your thyroid. We need to figure that out before we, do anything further with the neck. And I was like, okay, well, I don't know what that is. And then they're like, yeah, so we did a biopsy, waited back 2 weeks. And they called me like, yeah, we need to go to an ears, nose, and throat specialist. And they're like, dang, yeah, you got thyroid cancer. And I'm 19 years old. I'm like, what?
Wow.
So, yeah, that's kind of what put me through the ringer. And that's when I was like here in Lincoln, back moved in with my mom. And I didn't really know what I wanted to do. So I was dealing with both those medical issues. So I took a year off of school. And just, finding my faith through that, I was like, I really need to find like what my future is outside of football. But I always wanted to give back to the community, especially since I was raised by a single mom. And I was like, maybe I could start doing something with sports and giving back to the less fortunate. So like, I was like, I kind of want to start mentoring and training kids. And over just thinking about it, praying on it, I found that this is what I want to do. And I was involved in many other nonprofits as a kid. I'd mentor Des Moines Adams. He was my mentor for about 10 years. And he definitely was someone I wanted to be like. So he led me the right way. And I was like, I want to start a nonprofit. And I got all the paperwork and stuff and built a team around. And now we're working with over 100 kids and giving out a scholarship every month. So,
wow.
Malachi, what I think is impressive, everything that you said, in particular, you mentioned Des Moines Adams. Des Moines is the CEO of Teammates here in Lincoln. The organization, of course, that Coach Osborne and Nancy Osborne started in 1991. 22 hands went up 30 plus years ago to mentor. And you are part of that ripple effect of that, which is pretty cool. And now you're, passed from Coach Osborne to athletes to Des Moines, now to you in the number of kids you're impacting. And it says right here, here at EGC, we want to give all kids the opportunity to be able to focus on their athleticism and not the cost.
Yes, sir.
Why was that important for you, for them not to worry about the cost? Because I remember just as you're growing up watching you, I mean, you're a big brother, man, and just grew. You're always athletic, big, strong. Why was it important for you at not the cost? So,
just because, like I mentioned, I grew up with a single mom. And honestly, like, a lot of people didn't know this. Like, I didn't play tackle football until I was in 6th grade. I know it's not like super late, but like all my friends played at like 1st, 2nd grade. And, I just played YMCA flag football because my mom couldn't afford that tackle. So luckily, we had great organizations when I played for the Sharks and Silverbacks that they were able to hook it up, but not every kid even got that opportunity. So, it's just a huge barrier in today's generation, especially with like how serious kids are taking athletics nowadays. Every kid's on a sports team, traveling, getting private trainers. And what I will say is when I was a kid, no one had like access to that, and if you did, you had to have a lot of money. And that's kind of the thing where I was like, when I was even in high school, even college, I was like, there's so many kids that are athletics, crazy gifted, and didn't have the same opportunity as others. So I was like, I want to bridge that gap by, eliminating the like financial barrier.
Raff, AG, go ahead, gentlemen.
Oh, that's awesome. So what's the future look like for you? Like if you could look 5 years down the road, what do you see EGC like turning into? Like, do you have like, I guess some dreams or, I know that you already do, your benefit gala, I know the golf tournament and stuff like that, but what else do you see for yourself here in like the next 5-10 years?
Well, if we're going to go 5-10 years, definitely we'll have a facility by then. It's easier to explain it to people when I say like, we're technically just going to be a bigger YMCA. So, I think I want to have a facility with a gym, turf. I want to have like even a mental health therapist there, athletic therapist, just all these different outlets like for youth. I can't even imagine how big the events will be by then, but just, being able to have events and trying to get in as many kids as possible, and definitely be in another state, because we're already in Omaha right now too, working on that. And yeah, definitely within even 3 years, I'd say we'd be in another state. So that's the goal.
That's awesome.
Awesome. Nice. So Malachi, take us through a typical work day, or I say work day and workout day for students, young kids coming into the program to say they just signed up and we're going to start day one. What's that day one or day two look like for them?
Oh, that's actually a great question, because we just started with another school last week. So what we did, for the first 5 to 10 minutes, I line up all the kids and I bring in my other two coaches, CJ and Malou. And I just let them know, like, hey, my name is Malachi. These are my coaches. This is what everybody gets chances. We're going to do sports training. If you guys aren't in a sport, raise your hand. And a lot of them will raise their hand. I'm like, who wants to play a sport? And I've never had a kid not raise their hand. So, I asked them that question specifically because I'm like, this is what we do. We provide scholarships for kids that play sports outside of school. Because, a lot of kids just don't have the financials, so all they can play is through school. And you could just tell how eager they were. So that's the number one question I ask, and I run them through that, I didn't have the opportunity to play out outside of sports at first. Outside of school at first. So I like to see how eager they are. And I tell them that. And then I'll tell them a little background about me, like kind of I told you guys. And then I'll introduce my coaches, and, they'll kind of get a background on what we're doing here and what we're going to do. I run them through the warm up, just a pretty dynamic warm up, high knees, butt kicks, and just stretches and all that. And then for the first day, we always just do a game, because I want them to feel like, like we're not just going to get straight into it. We're like, oh, dang.
Right.
Get
Slowly into it.
Yeah.
Right. Slowly.
Get to know their names and stuff like that. Get to know the coaches. And I basically let them know, like, I didn't get a finish playing at the college level, but if you want to get there, it's not just going to be able to. My big thing, as I always tell them, is effort. I can't coach effort. So I just want you guys to want it, go as hard as you can. And I let them know that that's not going to be easy, but if you push hard, you're going to do it. Like, even when we do wall sits, we'll do our strength and conditioning portion. We'll do wall sits, and a lot of kids will drop it like 27 seconds. And I'm like, I promise you, I wouldn't have you guys do anything you can't do. Your kids, your body's capable a lot more than you're doing. So I just make sure that they know just to never give up. I even have a rule in there's no sitting. So
yeah. Nice.
Malachi, your mom, you have an amazing mom that has busted her tail off for a lot of years for you and your siblings, etc. How important it is for you to identify other kids who grew up the way that you did. So, you know what? I made it through the circumstances that I had. You can too. And then you add in the thyroid cancer. You add in the injuries you had in college that thwarted that for you. How big is that for you to seek other kids out who had similar upbringings to you, to let them know, look, I'm possible. You're possible.
Well, to be honest, even the first kid we gave a scholarship to, reading his story his mom submitted, it was just really relatable. And it made me really emotional at first. And I was like, dang, like there were so many other stories from other kids I wanted to give a scholarship to. But just at the time, like, I just feel like I had to choose that kid based on someone, who grew up a little similar and dealt with also the single mom and all that. So when I identified that, I was like, like I said, it made me emotional. And I was like, I seen my mom go to war for me. Like, when I had thyroid cancer, she was there. She knew I was depressed. Like, it was something hard to go through. She knew I was depressed, but she wasn't putting me down. She was, maybe we could do this, maybe we do that. She always mentioned, like, you wanted to be a coach, you wanted to be a mentor. Like, what's something you can do? Go talk to this person. Go talk to this person. Because it started out, she was like, how about you just make a post on Facebook or something like that? You train these kids at the park for like $20, and you get a group of about 5 kids. And I was like, okay, I could do that. Then I had to really think again. I was like, what if kids can't afford, like their parents can't afford it, especially these single parents. I don't want to have to take their money. So I'm always thinking, how could I do something else where they would have to pay the financials and stuff like that. So just definitely, seeing that kids like kind of grew up similar the way I did, I definitely want to give them opportunity. But obviously, it's an opportunity for everybody. But it's a good feeling being able to reward basically my younger self.
Old Dad 34, good morning. He goes, fantastic young man, and thank you for what you're doing for kids. And you're definitely doing a lot to change this community, Malachi. And I couldn't be prouder of you, man, just to see you grow from a kid to a man, and a very big man as far as that goes. Raff, you got a close one for him, man?
Yeah, I was going to ask you, if somebody's out there and they have have a young child or something, how do they get in touch with you, or how do they go about that to get involved with your program?
For sure. So we have our website, egcnebraska.org. You can fill out a questionnaire through there, our email, egcnebraska@gmail. And then my number is also on the website. If you want to reach out to me, contact me. We're doing a monthly scholarship. If you have a youth that you need wants to play out of school sports, please reach out. If you want to volunteer for an event, reach out. If you want to make a donation, be a part of the organization, please feel free to contact me.
And that is EGC, Edward Gary Chris, Nebraska.org, EGCnebraska.org. You can find out more about Everyone Gets a Chance. Malachi, we couldn't be prouder of you, man. Keep doing what you're doing. And when you got events coming up, go ahead, AG.
No, I was going to say, keep up the good work, man.
Thank you, man.
Same thing I'm doing. I feel the passion coming from you, from your words, and hearing your story, similar to mine. I was a YMCA kid and a boys club kid, so I definitely know the mindset that you got to have to push through everything you've been through, right? Physically, mentally, emotionally. So keep up the good work, man.
Thank you, man.
Yeah.
You will not be a stranger here, Malachi. When you have events coming up, just let me and Raff know. Let us know.
Sounds
hey, can I
good.
get some time? We'd love to show to showcase what you do and how many lives that you're impacting. And again, to the folks out there, that's egcnebraska.org. Again, that is egcnebraska.org. Malachi Hopkins, founder and CEO. Malachi, thanks a bunch, man. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
All right, we'll throw it a break. This is The Drive, 93.7.
Barbecue. It's $5.99 barbecue time. Hurry to Hog Wild for a complete barbecue meal that's only $5.99. Get a one-meat sandwich loaded with our award-winning barbecue, plus your choice of a classic side and drink for just $5.99. Upgrade your sandwich to beef brisket for just $1 more. Join us for lunch or dinner in Lincoln at 3210 Cornhusker Highway. Order online at gohogwild.com.
But don't be late, we close at 8.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
This is Monster Jam. Big air, backflips, and all-out racing. Monster Jam, as big as it gets. The fun begins at the pit party, where you can meet the drivers, get autographs, take pictures, and see the trucks up close. Get your pit party pass at monsterjam.com today. Must have valid event ticket to enter pit party. Restrictions may apply. Rules and activities are subject to change. Visit website for event details. Coming to Pinnacle Bank Arena this Friday and Saturday.
When you were a kid, clubs were cool. Robotics club and space club and stuff like that. But what do adults get? Book clubs and quilting clubs? Nah, forget that. How about margarita clubs and old-fashioned clubs? Get to Upside Bar and Lounge for the best clubs in town. Try all 10 varieties of Upside margaritas or old-fashions and take home a free souvenir glass. Grab the whole crew and pair it with Taco Night on Mondays or Whiskey Wednesdays. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake.
Buckle up and hang on. This is going to be a good one.
The fans of Kansas Speedway know how to have a good time. One that celebrates fantastic finishes.
Clash together. So close.
And family-friendly facilities. Trading paint.
We got feuding.
And tailgating tradition. Burnouts. Beer. And barbecue. Oh, it'll for sure be a good time. And you are all invited. NASCAR weekend at Kansas Speedway, May 9th through the 11th. Get your tickets now at kansasspeedway.com.
Spring is here. It's time to get back outside and into proper shoes this year. Brown's Shoe Fit is the place to buy this spring with their sale on athletic shoes. Get $15 off any regular priced athletic shoes with respected brands like Hoka, Brooks, New Balance, and On Running. And don't forget, Brown's carries a large arrangement of sizes and widths to fit your feet properly. Start your spring off right at Brown's Shoe Fit, just south of 66th and Q in Lincoln. Wrestling fans, it's time to elevate your game, just like Stevens & Smith Construction does for your concrete needs. As your full-service concrete contractor, we deliver solid results every time. From singles to doubles, fighting for inside position to scrambling reversals, we know how to pin down quality and slam expectations. Stevens & Smith Construction, a proud sponsor of Takedown Tuesdays on 93.7 The Ticket, where Husker wrestlers bring you all the action. Don't stall. Stevens & Smith Construction is here to help you build a concrete foundation for the win. Check us out at www.stevensandsmith.com because stalling is a penalty and winning is the only option.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Join Nebraska softball for another action-packed weekend on April 18th and 19th as they face Indiana at Bowlin Stadium. The top 25 ranked Huskers are hot and ready to show off their dominance in the Big Ten during this two-game series. Plus, Saturday is Kids Day. There will be family activities throughout the game and an egg hunt with the team after the final out. You won't want to miss this weekend at the ballpark, April 18th and 19th. For event and ticket information, head to huskers.com/tickets. Go Big Red.
It's the two-fingered wave on a gravel road. It's letting the kids take dad's truck to prom. It's Friday nights under the lights of a hometown football field. Eustace Body Shop knows small towns. It's where our values are rooted. We treat our people right, and in turn, they treat you, our customer, right. And we give back to our communities. Not much more small town than that. Eustace Body Shop, small town service, big city technology.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
Bagels & Joe is the best place to start off your mornings, and you can order your breakfast ahead of time on their app. You can't go wrong with one of their great bagel sandwiches or breakfast burritos. Stop by any of their 4 locations in Lincoln and their location in Seward. Bagels & Joe.
Start your engines, race fans. Race season at Eagle Raceway officially starts this Friday and Saturday. Friday, April 18th and Saturday, April 19th is the Icebreaker Challenge, presented by Stop & Shop and Auto Transmatic at Eagle Raceway. Both days feature Nebraska's best lawn and landscape modifieds, Avid Realty Sport Mods, and A1 Iron stock cars. Friday also features Valentino's Hobby Stocks. Saturday will feature Nebraska Septic Sprint cars. Let's go racing. Eagle Raceway, just 10 miles east of Lincoln on O Street. For more info, visit eagleraceway.com.
Mike, I've been thinking our house could really use a makeover. How about new siding?
I've been thinking the same thing. Have you heard of James Hardy?
Yes. Sarah down the street had Roofing Service Company install James Hardy siding on their home, and they love it.
Roofing Service Company does have great reviews.
They took her through the design process and made everything super easy.
Roofing Service Company offers expert design and installation. Couple that with James Hardy's durable products and variety of colors, you and your family will love your exterior remodel. Just visit roofingservicecompany.com. That's roofingservicecompany.com.
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call today at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
You know the saying, April showers bring May flowers. Well, it's true for heart health, too. Sprinkling in a few small changes can make a big impact on your heart health. Try adding a vegetable to your dinner or no salt seasoning. Looking for support in making these changes? Join a workshop to learn more about a healthy lifestyle. Search Chronic Disease Nebraska for more details. Paid for by Nebraska DHHS, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Now back to The Drive with AD, Raff, and Ahman Gray on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, everybody, we're back again. This is The Drive on 93.7 The Ticket. It's a beautiful Lincoln, Nebraska day today. I think the winds have died down. Hopefully it got a little A little gusty out there yesterday.
Man, I looked in my backyard yesterday evening before
Louis
it got
flew
dark.
away.
Nah, Louis ain't going nowhere. That's a little Sherman tank right there, man. But some patio furniture was off the deck, off that lower deck of the house. And I was like, I looked out in the yard. I was like, they got pillows out in the yard, chairs laid out in the yard. So it was definitely blowing here yesterday. You guys, tomorrow is a big day in college sports, in particular in football, because the 10-day window opens up for spring.
Yes.
The 10-day, it opens up for the spring. You guys, you think about this. Okay, so kind of the previous two cycles, 1,000+ FBS players enter the portal during the spring. Do you guys think, then you got the house settlement that's coming up. Do you guys, and you look at the 105 number that's there, all these factors makes, I mean, we say this every year, but every year there's something different, post NIL world, if you would. It was the 105 number, and then it was at first the port, it was 30 days, and then now it's 10 days, and then they moved it. Now you have the roster potentially, because that's not set in stone yet. That has not been officially set as a rule yet.
Yep.
Most likely, but it's not. You have all those factors. You have the court case, the settlement, what that's going to be like. Do you guys see more or less? Nicholas, Raff, I'll start with you.
More or less what?
Do you see more players sit in the portal or less?
I'm going to go with more. I think it's one of those things. I think it's one of those fluid things. I think the players have been through their spring balls. They've seen where they sit at, and you're going to have those schools out there too that are probably going to come and search for players they need in today's world of changing of schools. So I think you're going to see a lot of people go on the portal this 10 days.
I actually, Raff, not to disagree.
I want you to disagree. This is good talk.
I
love when there's disagreements.
I actually think that we're going to see a fewer but more prominent names. So that's kind of where I land on this is fewer guys overall. As I try to adjust this camera back, fewer guys overall, but more prominent names.
Okay.
We've seen two of them. One of them was obviously Nico Iamaleava.
Yep.
The other one is the one that was actually just reported late last night. California running back Jaden Ott is entering the portal. A guy who has had over almost 2,600 rushing yards in his career over 3 seasons. He has 24 rushing touchdowns. He led the Pac-12 2 years ago in not only rushing attempts, but also rushing yards and also rushing touchdowns. This is a premier running back because I think you're going to have a lot of guys go, you know what? Before the settlement and the revenue sharing begins, I need to get my money. Yeah. And you can't blame them. And so they're going to look at this. And since there's nothing that's contractually binding them to a university for a full year, even though they agreed to an NIL deal back in December in the offseason, doesn't mean that they can't get out of it now. Yeah. And we know that if there's any questions from a legal standpoint, okay, we'll go have a conversation with the NCAA. The NCAA has no ground to stand on. And they're right now, they're awarding everything to the athlete. And so the athletes, until the NCAA makes a couple of decisions that involve legislature, then there's going to be nothing for the NCAA to stand on, and the athletes have all the leverage, AG.
Yeah, I mean, even though the athletes will have the leverage from a coaching, a parent standpoint, is where you got to show these young adults that, and I said this every time since the transfer portal come up, you're going to end up and put yourself in a different situation. Just doing clear situation when you go from one place to another. I'm staying where I'm at because regardless of the NIL, you still have to put proof down. If you find a situation, obviously, if it's a perfect situation where he could go to, it's the same place where he got O lineman. Because trust me, he ain't getting that. He's not leading the Pac-12 or Pac-2, whatever it is.
Yeah.
In rushing without his offensive line. So let's just be real with that. And he is, I'll say, overthinking that right now. If he's not putting that in the equation, like I need to look at a school that got some O line so I can keep doing this thing like I'm doing it, then he's giving it some thought. But if he's just jumping in there because he's like, oh, I want this cash, he's going to have to second think that because of what may possibly happen. He could go another place and no O line, or he might be reconsidered unless they're telling him, which they can't. I mean, which I wouldn't tell a guy, hey, yeah, you're the starter when you come here, regardless of who's behind you, unless they're like incoming freshmen, maybe. That's the only reason why. And that's a maybe, because obviously in our room, you got to basically first, whoever makes the less mistakes, whoever put up the most practice, whatever when you see on film as a coach, you want to dissect and be like, all right, this guy is going to be the starter, then you let that be. But they got to understand, if they leave one spot, the grass is not always greener on the other side. So they got to remember that going into this decision-making process.
I think part of this, the evolution of the transfer portal is it's going to take a couple of guys getting burnt by their decisions. And what I mean by that is, like, hypothetically, Nico, we know that the asking price is around the $4 million ballpark. And what's funny and ironic about that, AG, as you mentioned, you brought up like the parent aspect. Well, that was the exact reason that Nico.
Yeah, his dad is not informed very well. I know. I was aware of that. I was aware of that. And just like, and that right there says a lot, because you not only got to educate these players, but whoever's the closest parent or family member, you got to educate. They have to get educated. If the school doesn't do it, because I'm proactively, I would say that parent to be thinking of their child and loving them, or family member loving them, then you know what? I got to get some information. I got to study up on some stuff.
Well, that's the thing too with like NFL agents, you've got to get licensed, and you got to do all
every
that
year.
stuff.
They got to get relicensed every year, and it started back 2018 or something like that.
In college football, you don't have that. There's no regulations, so you have all these cooks in the kitchen. I mean, if you're one of these guys saying you're the agent for the player and say you're getting 10 or 20% of the cut, well, you're doing all you can to be like,
better be 3%, and that's ridiculous. Just so you know, Rav, 3%.
No,
what
are you saying?
In the NFL,
it's
3%.
Some of these guys, AG, are getting upwards of 20%.
Nah, see, that's marketing dollars, not negotiating the contract, and that's what, again, ill-advised, unexperienced people trying to negotiate deals that they don't understand. You know what I'm saying?
There are people that are
just call me up. They could just call me up and say, hey, what a percentage that needs to be charged for a marketing agent? That's 50. That's to be 10 to 20% in there for just a marketing agent. But for a negotiator, you're looking at 3% across the board. I don't care how much money you think you're going to bring in.
Unfortunately, there are being guys that are getting raked over the coals at 10 to 20%. And like you mentioned, Nick, what were you going to say?
So what I was getting at earlier is that with the parent stuff as the representative, it's when you're talking about paychecks like this, at some point you have to take emotion out of it, and you have to 100%.
Have this is business.
You have to have a 100% business first approach. Guess what? Nico Iamaleava's statistics and this is where I was getting at with guys are going to have to get burned for the rest of the country to take note. And it's unfortunate that it has to be this way. But unfortunately, it's going to take an example like Nico Iamaleava to where, number one, his image has taken a dramatic hit these last couple of days because of the way they've gone about negotiating. Nobody could tell you the name of his dad. Everybody can talk about Nico. Right. So because of the way his dad was representing him and influencing him, now is hurting Nico Iamaleava's image in the perception of other college programs, NFL programs in the future. That's where this really takes a hit. And ultimately, I was really impressed and I gained respect for Josh Heupel in Tennessee, because this was really the first time where we have publicly heard it to where it was, look, nobody's bigger than us, and we're going to put our foot down. And even for a 5-star recruit at a quarterback position, we're not going to pay and get strong-armed like we have or like everybody else is. We're going to figure out a way to become better out of this. And so ultimately, it's going to take, unfortunately, a guy like Nico, of his status, of his recruiting power, if you will, to where he doesn't get paid, or he has to go to a Tulane or whatever it is, because he or his agent, in this case his dad, was so motivated by money that it actually hurts him. So then when we have this conversation about after spring ball, are guys going to leave? It's going to be, maybe I don't want to leave because I only have 4 months until fall practice starts. That's a short time frame to really get things ironed down or nailed down, ironclad. This is what the outlook is.
Yeah. And then another aspect of that too, and Nico's dad too. Maybe it was them just him and Nico just testing the waters, but found out the hard way. Just throw this at them and just see what they say, because you're already making this, or you're already planned to make this 2.5.
Yeah.
Let's just see if they'll double it, basically, see what happened. So probably not even trying to like strong arm them, just trying to say, hey, like I said, no experience. So let's just dab, let's just throw this out and see what comes out of it. But unfortunately, this is what came out of it. So now they know one lesson learned. Okay, that was way too much, or we went beyond our ask on that because of between stats and then knowing the team and knowing whatever the NIL deal meant or said on the signed dotted line, the dates or whatever when everything expires. So that obviously big lesson learned right there for Nico and his dad, and for other, like you mentioned, Nick, for other college football, other just athletes, not just football, all athletes in NIL, baseball, basketball, volleyball, golf, tennis, bowling, whatever, esports. So now they are testing the grounds of like, oh man, it gets hot. Now you got that stove. Oh, that guy got burned over there. Like we're talking about here. So now they can learn, listen and learn, but also still learning going on right here for the athletes and the people involved with the athletes.
You look at Nico's situation too. A few things here. Nico made the ask. Okay, that's fine, but you don't sit out, not show up, and not call anybody. There's one thing about
well, that's part of negotiating.
Yeah, but
that's part of negotiating. NFL. If we're talking NFL stuff, this is business. This is what happens in negotiation, where you put your number out and you do not show up on the field at all. You don't give the team nothing, because the team is a part of the negotiation process. So this is called posturing. So that's why he didn't show up. That was just another deal. So like I said,
yeah, he went to classes. He postured himself right out of 2.4 million guaranteed in a lesson he got
lesson learned
last year. Barry Alexander at USC. He did the same thing. He still showed up, but then he ends up leaving Oregon after the year is over. So again, I think this is something we're going to continue to see, but I respect Josh Heupel and company for saying, you know what? But at the same time, I don't necessarily fault Nico either, because this is the way it's set up. We can't fault them for an industry
that's why
it be set up this way. So it's dang if you do, dang if you don't.
I mean, it's crazy now that we've got to the point of now we're going to start seeing holdouts in college football.
I mean, it's crazy.
It already started. It started with the point guard from Florida State a couple years ago for the $10 million from Miami, I believe. It started then. So it's just now. This is why the universities are getting GMs, and they need to get also a negotiator. So NFL teams now, not only do they have a GM, they have a negotiator to deal with the almost like the hands-on. So the GM is going to be hands-off, obviously, because you got NFL draft coming up. But somebody that's always going to be talking constantly to the agent or the player will be the negotiator. All 32 teams have one. So college football is eventually should have a GM, but then also somebody to basically do the due diligence of talking, asking questions, getting the contract written out properly, making sure all like expiration dates or ask of player incentives or anything is in that needs to be in the contract is there. So you have basically a team of maybe I'll say 3 to 4 people on the negotiating side to make sure that when you talk to a player or their agent or whoever is representing them, that you have your team of 4 people or 5 to make sure you get all the finite details so you know what type of incentives. You study other contracts that are being presented out there to other athletes in that position across the U.S. And that's basically where you could basically, as a university, make sure everything is clean on both ends. Everybody's happy, and it's a win-win and not a lose-lose. Not a lose-lose. Yeah, I'll say a lose-lose because Nico's out, and now Tennessee's out of a pretty good quarterback potentially. So not potentially, but yeah. So that's where you keep things clean when you have negotiating sides and people start to understand that this is business now. This is what the NFL, NBA, NHL, Olympics do when they're negotiating with athletes.
Raffy, what you got for history today?
Oh, I have history today. Today's history is huge history, actually. Happy Jackie Robinson Day.
Certainly.
Oh, nice. I'm going to wear my jersey.
He made his first appearance for the Brooklyn Dodgers. So
yes, he did.
Awesome.
Just happy Jackie Robinson Day. Huge.
Yeah, one of my favorite traditions across all sports is when everybody wears the 42 jersey, and that'll be today, tonight.
I got mine. Anybody got one sitting there? Y'all got a 42 jersey?
So that's one of my favorite traditions, though, is when
I love
entire league is wearing number 42 across the back of their jerseys.
Yeah, I went to the All-Star game in Milwaukee where everybody wore 42. I was like, this is so dope. it doesn't get any better than this when you see everybody like basically collaborating on somebody that changed the game for not just football. I mean, not just baseball, for all sports too. So it's just awesome to see that.
Well, folks, we are going to go to break. We got some sound bites and a lot of
Hold
clips.
up. I got a history. All right. So April 15th, back in 2018, we had the first official. It's called Puyo Esports Tournament that was held during the Sega Fest. Everybody knows Sega, the video game company out there. So it was the first tournament aimed towards competitive. I don't know what. I got to look up Puyo beyond Japan and the evidence by the Puyo Global Ranking Series. So that was the first event of its kind. I got to study that during break. So there you go.
We got a guest. Peasy.
AG, you're on to something, and this is why AG, this is why we like this.
Yeah.
Eye to eye. You're not coming. It's not going to be Jackie Robinson Day.
Thank you.
Without
look at these.
Without 42s everywhere.
Yeah, I love it.
Awesome.
See, there will be 42s worn at the ticket today.
I love it.
I do not play with this. These are those are like the Astros and Nats. Those are game worn ones.
Oh wow!
From there, Farley picked up a Texas Rangers game worn one. That was the thing for me that back in the day I would collect them. I would make sure that on Jackie Robinson Day I was in the stadium so I could get my hands on a jersey. And then but Farley got his earlier today to wear, and
slip these off for the stack.
Yeah, in when I was coaching, we would hang them on the players' lockers, and the players would wear them to warm up in, so they understood.
Love it, man.
That number. So
love it
for sure.
We're gonna be rocking the 42s, folks. Jackie Robinson Day. That's always a beautiful display when they have that on their jerseys, their helmets, etc., their hats. We come back, folks. We got a lot of sound bites. It's their spring ball's about done, man. It's about done. Quarter one opens up tomorrow. So I have some clips from this past week, and I know John Butler will be speaking later this morning. Nick, are you going down to that presser? So we'll have those available tomorrow. We got some coming up. We'll be right back, folks. It's a drive. 97 Ticket.
Start your engines, race fans. Race season at Eagle Raceway officially starts this Friday and Saturday. Friday, April 18th and Saturday, April 19th is the Icebreaker Challenge, presented by Stop and Shop and Auto Transmatic at Eagle Raceway. Both days feature Nebraska's best lawn and landscape modifieds, Avid Realty Sport Mods, and A1 Iron stock cars. Friday also features Valentino's Hobby Stocks. Saturday will feature Nebraska Septic Sprint cars. Let's go racing. Eagle Raceway, just 10 miles east of Lincoln on O Street. For more info, visit eagleraceway.com.
Bagels and Joe is the best place to start off your mornings, and you can order your breakfast ahead of time on their app. You can't go wrong with one of their great bagel sandwiches or breakfast burritos. Stop by any of their 4 locations in Lincoln and their location in Seward. Bagels and Joe.
Hey, I like your new car.
Thanks.
Could you stop at this coffee shop? I need a cup of Joe.
Press that little red button.
Hey, an entire coffee machine just came out of your dashboard.
Yep.
More things should be built in, like the multiplier in Mega Millions from your Nebraska Lottery. It's one of the new enhancements to the game, along with bigger jackpots and better odds.
Oh, that coffee is a little strong.
Press the blue button.
What's that?
Cream dispenser.
$5 Mega Millions top prize odds, 1 in 290 million.
Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in temperature-controlled high-end wine room. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for spirits and cigars. That's Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call today at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started. Garage doors can break down or quit working at the worst times. At Doors Plus, they understand that a broken garage door sometimes means repair and not replace. Sometimes, all you need to make your door like new again is a few bolts, a realignment, or even a new balance. Trust the pros at Doors Plus to handle your garage door repair the right way so you can get on with your busy schedule. Visit them online at DoorsPlusLLC.com or give them a call today at 402-590-5800. Doors Plus, garage doors and more.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
The Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see lots of sunshine with light winds. The afternoon high around 67. Tonight, mainly clear skies and light winds, a low near 45. And tomorrow, we'll see mainly sunny skies. It'll be breezy and warm with the high near 82. And meteorologist Kyle Flecker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Infrastructure, a veteran-owned local company proudly serving Lincoln, Lancaster County, and the surrounding areas. Bauer provides quality work at an affordable price, and they're growing rapidly. If you want to experience a career with a fast-paced, family-friendly environment, visit BauerInfrastructure.com. They have top-of-the-line benefits, year-round work, even through the winter. Bauer, usher in the new era of infrastructure to an area near you. And as always, go Big Red!
If you're in Seward or Milford, listen up. Select Plumbing is now servicing your area with no trip charges from Lincoln. Select Plumbing works on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate at 402-560-6197. It's not just Lincoln, Waverly, and the surrounding area anymore. It's also Seward and Milford with no trip charges. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
Have you been injured in an accident and don't know where to turn? Do you need a lawyer you can trust to handle your case with professionalism and compassion? The attorneys at Liberty Law understand that a call to an attorney is a call for help. If you've been injured, we want to help you. Liberty Law's experienced attorneys are committed to the pursuit of justice for those injured. Contact us for a free consultation by calling 877-42-LIBERTY. Call Liberty Law and find out how we can help get you the compensation you deserve. Call 877-42-LIBERTY. Liberty Law Group. Trial attorneys you can trust.
It's the two-fingered wave on a gravel road. It's letting the kids take dad's truck to prom. It's Friday nights under the lights of a hometown football field. Eustace Body Shop knows small towns. It's where our values are rooted. We treat our people right, and in turn, they treat you, our customer, right. And we give back to our communities. Not much more small town than that. Eustace Body Shop, small town service, big city technology.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
Make plans to join 93.7 The Ticket and the Ahman Green Foundation for the first annual Nebraska Esports Golf Tournament on Monday, June 9th at Wilderness Ridge. It's a four-man scramble starting at 11 a.m. that will feature former Husker greats, including Ahman Green, Johnny Rogers, Niles Paul, Tony Davis, Adam Carricker, Rashawn Jackson, and more, with great prizes and great golf. Sponsorships are also available. Email Jake at theticketfm.com for more questions or sign your team up online at theticketfm.com. Early bird registration goes through April 20th, and overall registration goes through May 30th.
When you were a kid, clubs were cool. Robotics club and space club and stuff like that. But what do adults get? Book clubs and quilting clubs? Nah, forget that. How about margarita clubs and old-fashioned clubs? Get to Upside Bar and Lounge for the best clubs in town. Try all 10 varieties of Upside margaritas or old fashions and take home a free souvenir glass. Grab the whole crew and pair it with taco night on Mondays or whiskey Wednesdays. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake.
Raising Cane's is celebrating our golden birthday year. Join the party with Golden Chicken Fingers and a limited edition Golden Blush Puppy that benefits local pet organizations. Get yours while supplies last. See RaisingCanes.com for details. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, one love.
Welcome to The Drive with A.D. Raff and Ahman Green. Former Husker football national champion, speaker, and author, Aaron Davis.
Nebraska will win the national championship. The Cornhuskers beat Miami. It is history, 13-0, and bring that trophy back to Lincoln.
Former Arena Football League quarterback, former head coach of the Capital City Crush, and guru of Husker football history, Chris Raff.
25 straight wins for the Cornhuskers. One of the most dominating stretches in college football history.
We may have seen one of the best teams in the history of college football tonight.
12-year NFL veteran.
He's got some speed to go with strength.
Huskers and Green Bay Packers Hall of Famer.
Shovel pass to Green into Vikings territory. Finally brought down.
And University of Nebraska East Sports coach Ahman Green.
Look at Green all by himself. 20, 10, touchdown.
Sponsored by Doors Plus on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, everybody, we're back again. This is The Drive, 93.7 The Ticket. We are proudly sponsored by Doors Plus. If your garage door needs maintenance, you need an entirely new garage door, give Cameron Hall and his team a call today at 402-590-5800. Doors Plus is locally owned and handles everything from residential or commercial garage doors, garage door openers, safety tune-ups, or custom design. Visit DoorsPlusLLC.com to learn more. Doors Plus, garage doors, and more. Boom.
I think we got some sound bites from last Saturday. D off, free off. What's up, brother man? Driving by right now. Good to see you, D off. Heading down O Street. Folks, come on down to 1040 O Street to have some coffee, some snacks, some breakfast. They got burritos. They got breakfast sandwiches. Nick, do you have anything this morning? Nothing this morning.
There we go. There's the right microphone. Can you guys hear me now?
Hello.
Anyway, I enjoyed a protein shake. That's all I've had today.
There you go. Hey, a big shout out to you, man. Back
For
on the
what?
bag.
Oh yeah. Shout out to Farrell's, man. It was good getting back there yesterday. I love that 7 a.m. class also, just because you get in there, you start right away. And while a lot of people need warm-ups, like I'd rather just get there 5 minutes before and I'll just stretch on my own and I'll just hang out. And so I did that, took care of that. Knocked the bag out for 30 minutes. It was good. Got home. I was at work plenty of time.
Good sweat. I love it. Shout out to
About
Jeff.
550 calories in 30 minutes. Not bad.
Love it. Jeff and Nicole do a great job down there. Amazing instructors. So proud of you for getting that done, swim. Like I said, we'll have some sound bites from Butler tomorrow because he'll be on the mic here in about an hour, give or take. But from this past weekend, there were some clips as well.
There's Matt Rule was long-winded on Saturday. There's a lot of these answers that are, over 3 minutes long.
Hello.
There's one that's over 5 minutes long. We're not going to listen to all 5 minutes of it, but I think we can start with this one about his approach to the transfer portal opening. We'll stop it along the way and kind of segment it while we have conversations here. But Matt Rule here on his approach to the transfer portal window opening here tomorrow.
I don't overreact to things I hear on the outside. On the inside, we just try to be transparent with guys. What I said, we played the Iowa game, and that Monday I walked in. I said to the guys, listen, everybody has the right to make the best decision for them. I just asked two things. That A, you make the decision based on the right information. Like, don't come to me later and say, well, they told me this, but they end up doing that. Like, there's stories everywhere. And that's why if you've been here and you trust us, if you're here and you say, well, Coach Rule's lied to me, I don't trust him, then okay. But if you've been here and we've always told you the truth as best we know it, then if we tell you, hey, this is where we see you, then you probably should listen to that as opposed to somebody out there. Like, everyone out there always has something better for you. You know what I mean? Everybody's always got some, a better scheme, a quicker way to do this, a faster way to do that. There really is no quick fix, quick way to getting there. So make sure you're listening to the right information and then do it the right way. Mm-hmm. I left Temple to be the head coach at Baylor. Temple gave me my start. Temple had me assistant coach. Temple gave me my first head coaching job. But when the time came, I took on a new challenge. So I exited there. So I get it. Number two, I left Baylor to go be the head coach in Carolina. So I don't fault somebody when they leave here. I just tell the guys, make sure you're walking into the right situation. Mm-hmm. I've walked into many situations in my life, business, professional, they tell you one thing and it ends up being another. So be careful. Say to yourself, who am I getting the information from? Can I trust it? And that's all I want for our guys, because I desperately want them all to be happy and healthy and be successful. So sometimes I think there's really two groups. There's the guys who aren't going to play and they really want to play. And whether it's 105 or they're just not quite good enough. And it looks like that's going to be the way for the rest of their career. and they want to move down, we try to help them as much as we can. And I love watching them succeed. There's a kind of a second group of guys who are good enough to play here, and I think they should stick it out and fight. I think too many people, outside people, parents, coaches, we're always trying to find like a better situation. But if you really are an NFL player or you're really a great player, you'll make your situation good enough by just getting better. And
okay, that's interesting because AG, I think maybe you could provide some insight on that point right there, to where when you're in the NFL, to a certain extent, you have some say in where, or not necessarily where you're drafted, but if you're a free agent, you have some say in where your landing spot is. But other than that, if you're in the middle of a contract and you're not one of those top echelon players that has the ability to go to the GM and say, hey, I want traded, you're kind of not stuck, but you got to make the most of your situation.
100%. So I agree with him. And this is what I've been saying basically is, if you're going to bounce, there's no love loss, but make sure you're fully informed of what's going on at the other team that you decided to go to. So that's basically what he's saying. So I'm in agreement with Coach Rule on that standpoint, because you have to adjust that. He's adjusting, and most coaches have adjusted to what's going on transfer portal, NIL. So he's just saying, look, this is how I'm going to do it. This is how this is my past, what I've been through. I've had other things. I can relate. I've been through other situations where I didn't have all the information, and then made a step and went forward with it, but had to deal with it, as an adult and then as a professional. So you got to roll with it, even if it didn't turn out for the good. And that's what that's what he's teaching. This is exactly what I'm talking about. These players got to have either the coach or the school or somebody in their ear that's giving them this basic, solid, may not want to hear, but they have to hear it information, because they are ready to go, because I'm not starting. I don't got the time. I didn't get carries, this amount of carries. I didn't get this amount of throws. Doesn't come down to that sometimes. And sometimes it just comes that the coaches had to make a decision to get somebody in front of you for whatever reason. If it's favoritism, if it's not, you got to roll with it. But also know, before you bounce, be informed, because I don't want to see you fall any more further down, because that's what you're going to do. And then you got to climb further back up to get back where you are, where you want to be. You got to work probably twice as hard or 3 times as harder to get back where you want to be.
What are you going to say, Raff?
And the thing too that I think gets lost in today's world is the portal opens. Say you have the right situation and you move to a different team, and the money's there and they want you to get there. But what we forget about is there's the thing we call team and team chemistry and stuff like that. Sometimes you walk into these environments and you have these guys that have been together maybe 2 or 3 years. You have your running back, your eye back, your quarterback, your receiver, and you have that gel, like your main guys. And then all of a sudden you're bringing in say another eye back or something like that. Sometimes it just does not gel. Like I put it back to like AG's, Nebraska days. Like come 96, 97, 95.
Yeah.
There was that gel. There was that camaraderie of your guys' teammates, and the 97 team, the defense, that gel there. So you say you bring somebody in and say, okay, well, they're gonna be in, say Grant or Jason's spot because he's that 5-star top guy, and it doesn't always. I think that's what gets lost in the transfer portal a lot of the time, is they're not getting a chance to go meet their team and get a chance to hang out. When you get recruited from high school, you get to come do your recruiting visit. Oh yeah, these are great guys. They're great guys. I want to come, play football for these. But sometimes you get these people that are coming in. Yeah, they get the money, and yeah, you're coming to Nebraska or whatever school it may be, and it's like, whoa, I don't maybe get along with these guys, or the team chemistry. I don't gel with these guys, and I think that's one of the things that really gets lost when the portal opens.
You look at you bring it a lot of schools, but you look at it in Nebraska. We had a gentleman that was dismissed just 2 weeks ago. Not knowing that lay of the land, things happen. Like you mentioned, Raff, that's a critical piece of that. And it's too early to tell now, but I'm going to be curious when we have enough data in the next 5 years from now and look at the number of guys who panned out, the number of guys who didn't, who left said school and went to another one.
Well, I think it's tough, because I think it's tough to identify that, like, because what identifies success like you're still going to have the top 1% of the 1%ers go to the NFL, right? So if like that's how we're judging, then if something was a success, then that's tough. Just naturally by numbers, you're going to have more guys that quote unquote didn't work out or didn't pan out. More so, I think it's difficult to track because, to Matt Rule's point, there's a lot of guys that are on rosters like Nebraska's that the writing's kind of on the wall of like, okay, you know what, you're going to kind of be more of one of those depth pieces, role players types of things, and you're sitting there with 2 years left of eligibility, saying, you know what, I just want to play football. It's great to have all the added benefits, but I just want to play football. Don't care about NIL. I just want to play football. And so they'll go to some Division II school. They'll go to an NAIA, whatever it might be, and just dominate down there because they know that they'll earn playing time. The other piece of it, like Matt Rule said, is where you have guys getting poor advice. And we've said that since day one. Like, that's nothing new for anybody. We know that there's bad advice being given to a lot of these guys, and it's unfortunate when they take it because they know no better. They know no better. And so it's at the end of the day, just hopefully that education piece, which we've always talked about since NIL began back in 2021, we've known that that's going to be a big piece of it, and that it was going to create problems if guys aren't educated. Let's continue with this Matt Rule approach to the transfer portal opening.
And if you stay in this place, if you stay in this weight room, this training facility, this training table for 4 years, you're probably going to get developed. So chasing a better situation because you have a chance to go quicker, but you're not getting the same training and all that, it doesn't make as much sense to me, but that's me. If someone's not happy here, I want them to leave. Bryant's a freshman here. If Bryant wasn't happy, Julie and I would say, well, let's find some place to make you happy. Just don't leave because someone's saying, hey, I can get you a couple more bucks or a couple more this or a couple more that, because I think a lot of the guys who leave, they find out not all that's true, you know? So I just try to deal with each one as it comes. If they ask me, some guys don't ask me. Some guys do. We certainly take transfers, so I can't say that, you know, guys shouldn't transfer. But so anyway, that's kind of long-winded. But like, if you're in a place like this,
let's go ahead and
you
stop
should really
there
only leave it.
because I do appreciate that that sentiment. And I think a lot of coaches
Yeah.
are getting toward this part of where it's look. There's been a lot of just coach speak and a lot of thoughts from coaches around the country that say, woe is me, I'm the victim here, when in reality, they do the same exact thing that another coach is doing. People get pissed about tampering when you're not the one tampering, right? Hypothetical scenario here, if Nico was tampered with, yeah, Josh Heupel would be pretty pissed off because somebody's trying to steal my quarterback. But ultimately, guess what? What happens when Josh Heupel tries to take somebody's quarterback? Oh, it's okay. So I do appreciate that point of view, because let's all stop being naive. Let's be adults in the room and realize that we're all doing the same exact thing that we get mad at when other people do it to us.
You know, I thought it was interesting that Lanning came out and said, hey, just want you to know this guy's been out there.
If that's confirmed, Dan Lanning was asked about it and he did not choose to comment on it.
Confirmed.
So it appears that it
What's
was
that?
the case.
What I'm saying is which, to your point, there's players out there that are putting themselves out there, that are marketing themselves while they're still with another team.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you have coaches, sometimes they're saying, hey, this is what's going on, whether that's confirmed or not. But we do know that is confirmed, that there are players that are out there that are still with said program that are putting their names out there with others.
That's almost tampering. That's tampering in the NFL. So even if the player is doing it on its own, that is still considered. Well, I would say this at this level, if I'm a school, I would consider that tampering, because if you're going to be, like I said, you want to treat all these kids, they got to act like adults, not act like somebody that's going to hide behind a closed door and talk to the team under the table. You know what I'm saying? Like, everything's out. Like, we know we're getting paid money now, you know, if you're an athlete. So why hide you wanting to go somewhere? You know, why are you talking about, you know, going behind closed doors to talk to another team? You know, so that is where, and again, another example where these young athletes got to be brought to reality. Like, you can't be doing these things. If you want to work in the business world, you got to be honest, you got to be respectful, and you got to have integrity. Doing that shows that you're not capable of handling that professionalism like it should be.
But
that's a problem right there.
That's the thing with the NCAA though. There's no rules preventing that.
No, that's what I'm saying. But if you got good parenting, if you got a good coach like Matt Rule or other guys that are doing this to help their players understand this is the whole scope of things, right? I recruited you. That means I care about you on some level. And for you to go back into this real world of NIL and transfer report, I'm trying to give you a nugget of information so you don't fall on your face in black eyes. Make it worse than what it already is. It's not bad here. Okay, yeah, you had a rough year. You didn't start or you didn't play as much as you want. But you got to, like he said, you got to develop. You know, when I decided to go pro as a junior, I was developed physically and mentally. I was ready to go. Okay. Everybody obviously didn't want me to go in the state of Nebraska. I understand that as fans, but I knew I was ready. Just like I knew I was ready to play college football when I was a senior in high school at Nebraska or at Omaha Central. I knew come the first 2 weeks of training camp, once I had to deal with the black shirts, I knew after 2 weeks of football against that defense, I could handle the NFL. So I just had to now develop myself for the next 2 to 3, 4 years at Nebraska to get to that point. And that year came after my junior year. So it's just that part that they got to understand what they're doing to themselves. They're not getting, you know, like he said, they're looking at the dollar sign. It's the frills, it's the spinning bells and whistles. Don't look at that. Look at the part that is real. Who's starting? Who's starting in your position before you go? Is it an offensive line there that's going to block for me if I'm a running back or a quarterback? You know, what defensive coordinator's there? What scheme does he run? If I'm a linebacker and I'm a 4-3 linebacker, but I'm more really a 3-4 linebacker, why am I going there? If I'm just looking at dollar signs, then yeah, I'm gonna go there, but then be out of position, or I may have to learn a whole new position. So it's just things that coaches like Matt Rule are trying to tell these players, slow down a little bit. Yes, there's no rules out there, but we got to do something as a coach. Like if I'm coaching right now, I'm saying something to these kids. If you're going to bounce to the portal, let's have a conversation. I just want to set you up for success where you're going to go, you know, wherever that's going to be.
But AG, when you were a kid and when you were in college, did you always listen to your parents and superiors?
100%. 100%.
I'm different. I can look back when I was in college and I remember my mom and dad saying, don't run up those credit cards. And there I was, you know, because I thought that was the best thing. You know, it's like, so in today's world, we can say this and we can say, Coach Rule, you know, lead the way and do this, but they are young kids and left to their own devices. So it's just that it's such a catch-22, and like we talk about it all the time. It was the adults that have made this mess.
The adults did it, and when there's no rules in place,
yeah, it's wild west.
People are left to their own
yeah,
devices.
and that's where Rule is doing his small part. Like I said, I didn't say he was game changing everything, but he just said he's taking the time. That he could fit in the schedule for for his players, that he can say, hey, look, let's just have a conversation before you go. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that every coach is doing this. I wish that was the case. I wish it was ideal, but it's not. So for players that are walking across to Matt Rule's door and knocking on the door, at least they're getting some information that other coaches might not be doing for them. You know what I'm saying? So that's all I'm saying. I'm saying for what Matt said off this interview, at least we know that if any guy's leaving Lincoln to go somewhere else, he is at least dropping a few nuggets on them so they understand where the grass may be greener or may not be greener on the other side.
Well, folks, it's going to be an interesting 10 days starting tomorrow. That 10-day window opens up. We'll see where teams fall into place and who leaves, who stays. It'll be interesting to say the least. We'll be right back, folks. Nebraska's got a big game tonight in baseball. We'll discuss when we come back. It's The Drive.
This is Bill Mitchner, Executive Director of Lincoln Lighthouse. Did you know Lighthouse provides multiple programs for students such as one-on-one tutoring and mentoring, as well as pro-social skill exercises, while providing them a nourishing meal and a safe space during all months of the year, even during school breaks. Learn more or contribute to Lighthouse at lincolnlighthouse.org today.
Nebraska Veterans Aid is here for veterans and dependents facing unforeseen financial emergencies. Get assistance with food, fuel, shelter, clothing, transportation, and even funeral and medical expenses. If you're a veteran facing a financial emergency, apply for Nebraska Veterans Aid through your county veteran service officer. Learn more at veterans.nebraska.gov/NVA. Sponsored by the Nebraska Department of Veterans Affairs, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Is your air conditioner ready for the hot weather ahead? Get it checked now before you really need it. Call Bryant now to schedule your spring air conditioning service check. No matter what brand equipment you have, Bryant's trained technicians will thoroughly clean, inspect, and test to make sure it's ready to cool efficiently when hot weather hits. Stay cool and comfortable with air conditioning services from Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. 467-1111 to schedule your AC check. Bryant, whatever it takes.
A lot of businesses say they're family focused, but when tough situations in life arise, the business wants anything but your best interests. James Enterprise Incorporated is hiring, and they will always treat their employees like family, just as they do their customers. James Enterprise Incorporated is hiring Class A and B CDL drivers, a shop tech, and a diesel mechanic. If you're looking for a career with a company that goes above and beyond to value you and your family, apply today at jamesenterpriseinc.com or call 402-432-6740.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
Spring sports are here and it's time to upgrade your equipment. But don't go rush into your big box store. Play It Again Sports is your place to go for all spring sports equipment for baseball, softball, golf, and disc golf. Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And don't forget, buying from them is a great way to get new products with great discounts by also bringing in your used items for store credit or cash on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in temperature-controlled high-end wine room. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for spirits and cigars. That's Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstorats.com for amazing offers. And if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Call Bats to Rats today at 402-781-8691. That's 402-781-8691. Bats to Rats.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills Global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
Rosie's Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road, just south of 14th and Highway 2.
Join Nebraska softball for another action-packed weekend on April 18th and 19th as they face Indiana at Bowlin Stadium. The top 25 ranked Huskers are hot and ready to show off their dominance in the Big Ten during this 2-game series. Plus, Saturday is Kids Day. There will be family activities throughout the game and an egg hunt with the team after the final out. You won't want to miss this weekend at the ballpark, April 18th and 19th. For event and ticket information, head to huskers.com/tickets. Go Big Red.
You don't have to cross your fingers when digging into the ground this spring. Start every project with a call to Nebraska 811 so utilities like LES can mark their buried lines and you can avoid injury and power outages.
I'm softball player Jordy Ball, and I'm proud of my Nebraska roots, and I'm proud to be back home. And at Midwest Bank, they're proud to be your local community bank. They believe in family first, taking initiative, showing integrity, and rolling up their sleeves to support their local communities. They treat everyone like family, no matter where you're from. Whether you walk into a branch in York, Lincoln, Norfolk, or Pierce, you know you're going to be welcomed with a smile. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank.
Spring has arrived. The temperatures are rising, and it's time to get your equipment ready for the season. Landmark Implement has high-quality used John Deere planters, sprayers, and tractors, priced to move and ready to work for you. Take advantage of unbeatable deals and flexible financing to upgrade your operation without stretching your budget. Stop by your local Landmark Implement or browse our full inventory online at landmarkimp.com. Before these deals are done, experience the Landmark difference.
Have you been injured in an accident and don't know where to turn? Do you need a lawyer you can trust to handle your case with professionalism and compassion? The attorneys at Liberty Law understand that a call to an attorney is a call for help. If you've been injured, we want to help you. Liberty Law's experienced attorneys are committed to the pursuit of justice for those injured. Contact us for a free consultation by calling 877-42-LIBERTY. Call Liberty Law and find out how we can help get you the compensation you deserve. Call 877-42-LIBERTY. Liberty Law Group. Trial attorneys you can trust.
Now back to The Drive with AD, Raff, and Ahman Green on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, everybody, we are back again. This is The Drive on 93.7 The Ticket. Talking about nonprofits again.
Well, folks, Nebraska baseball has got a big game. Before we're remiss to say it, the Husker ladies in softball.
Oh, my goodness.
Absolutely beat the brakes off of Northwestern. Did they rule on Sunday? On Monday?
Yeah,
yesterday
they won both games. Before we dive deeper into that, guys, this segment brought to you by our friends at Renew. Call or text Nate, Eric, or David, 402-833-3858, or you can visit Renew online at renewyourauto.com. Raffy, what do they do best?
Everything.
That's right. From body shop, ceramic coatings, window tinting, spray in bed liners, paintless dent repair, rust proofing and undercoating. They do it all and so much more. So give Nate, Eric, or David a text or a call today, 402-833-3858, or you can learn more online at renewyourauto.com and see what Renew can do for you.
The ladies absolutely destroyed Northwestern the past couple of days. Our neighbors, John and Michelle Squire, were there watching their daughter play. Abby Squire and the team take care of biz, but 11-1 on Saturday, one ruled. Sunday, 10-1 ruled, and a little tighter yesterday. Number 21 Nebraska wins 3-0 there in Evanston.
Yeah, the score was a little tighter. Ultimately, though, Jordy Ball had her command on the game. 2-hit shutout yesterday. Nebraska just needed to get the bats going and they did eventually in the fifth inning. But Jordy Ball on the mound. Whenever she is on the mound, multiple time winner of Big Ten Pitcher of the Week. She just won it last week, or this week, excuse me, rather. Whenever she's on the mound, Nebraska has a great chance to win.
Nebraska's got a 2-game series against Indiana. That'll be back here at Bowling Stadium. They play Friday at 5 p.m. and then on 1 p.m. on Saturday against the Hoosiers.
And guys, I mean, you look at the weather this Friday. Wind's going to be around 10, 15 miles an hour, so pretty manageable there. 65 degrees on Friday. Saturday, it's going to be pretty similar, 64 degrees with winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. So get on out to Bowling Stadium, watch Nebraska, because it's going to be a fun weekend because you got both softball and baseball in town this weekend.
Absolutely. The men play that team to the east tonight, Nicholas, Raff, and AG. They got Creighton again.
Oh, boy.
They got Creighton. They're coming off, of course, the game in Iowa, but Nebraska takes on Creighton tonight. Insight, anybody? Nick, what do you see? What do you see tonight?
Well,
man?
here you have it. Nebraska, this game, by the way, is going to be on FS1 tonight, so you can watch it if you're interested, Nebraska fans. But yeah, it's on FS1. First pitch is a little over 7 hours or so. But Nebraska's coming off of a series loss on the road against Iowa, where they were barely able to grab Sunday's win. They lost on Friday and obviously lost on Saturday as well. So avoided the sweep there. Nebraska, though, currently sitting at about 13th in the conference standings. The Huskers are. They need
Get
wins.
to work, Huskers.
Now, granted, a win against Creighton's not going to help you in the conference standings. But as we talk about, this is an important week of just 4 more games over the next 6-7 days or so. This is where you got to figure out a way to use that bullpen, have enough arms when they're not showing up the most consistently. Find a couple of guys, right? I would imagine, I believe it's Ryan Harrahill on the mound tonight. He started last Tuesday, so that's a guy that we kind of talked a little more extensively about, is one of those that Nebraska might lean on a little bit more as the season progresses, just because nobody else, frankly, early in the season stepped up. Last time Nebraska played Creighton at home, it was when TJ Coates was on the mound, and that was the first inning where Nebraska allowed 4 consecutive free passes with 3 walks and a hit by pitch. And so ultimately Nebraska's got to come out. They got to be able to avoid getting runs against them early, right? Like Nebraska, game after game, it feels like they're always playing from quite the disadvantage and from quite the deficit. And so figure out a way to change and flip the script. And maybe if Nebraska can get going early in this one, they could put a little pressure on Creighton. But Creighton has done really well. They just lost their first midweek game, and I think it was 19 attempts. They just lost last week, I believe, to North Dakota State. But ultimately, Creighton's having a really nice year for them.
Nebraska takes them on at 6 p.m. That'll be on, as Nick mentioned, that will be televised on Fox Sports 1 tonight. 6 p.m. is the first pitch there in Omaha. Guys, the women's basketball team picked up a nice pick from K-State.
They did.
Young lady, her name is Eliza. I'm almost sure I get her last name pronounced right. Maupin is what I from understand. Eliza Maupin. 3 years that she played there at K-State. 6'3" forward from Webster Groves, Missouri. She played 33 games, 2 starts for Kansas State as a junior. 63% of her shots, averaging 4 points, a little about 4 points a game, 3 rebounds a game. Inside to help out, obviously, with the departure of Markowski. Raff, AG, Nick, do you think Nebraska will dip in there again? Because I know they're looking for another guard, because we have the young gal that decommitted and committed to was it Brigham Young?
Yep,
BYU she committed to. So they're still, I know, in the shopping for a point guard as well.
And they got one. They got one yesterday in the form of Haley Weaver from the University of Northwestern. Haley Weaver was a freshman at Northwestern last year. She's going to have 3 years remaining. Averaged a little under 8 points per game, but was certainly one of the better prospects that were still available in the transfer portal across the country. Had opportunities, had visited a couple of places. So Illinois was on her radar, which is a top 25 school as well. But no, so Nebraska did address kind of that point guard or that guard spot, where they added 2 players yesterday. And as you mentioned, Olivia Maupin, but then also in Haley Weaver. She was in town over the weekend visiting from Northwestern.
I like it. And if they come from Northwestern, they're smart students too. In there. Yeah, I'm looking at it right now from Ohio. I didn't see this one yesterday, Nick. She has 62 games, 14 starts. First years at Northwestern. Averaging 8 points a game, 4 rebounds. So that's a great pickup for Nebraska right there, as far as help with that guard position, as far as that goes. Nick, have you heard anything as far as the men as of late, the ones we had lately? Because I haven't seen anything myself. I was looking for that this morning.
We just found out yesterday that Oogie officially signed. Right, Oogie. So you're waiting on Oogie from Central Michigan. He's the guy. He's kind of one of those post players. I misspoke, by the way. Haley Weaver. Oh, it was a 5'11" junior, not a 5'11" freshman. I misspoke on that one. But she'll have 1 year remaining. But with Husker men's basketball, Oogie is officially part of the roster going forward. There's the guy from Utah who I'm blanking on his name. He's in the guard spot though. Here I can really quickly find it. Visits Nebraska, but he is certainly one that's on Nebraska. On Nebraska's radar, but ultimately, when you look at the Huskers, they've added a couple of intriguing pieces. Obviously, we know Will Cooper's officially signed. We know Oogie's officially signed. Just waiting on a couple of other ones as well. Price Sanford's officially signed.
Jamarcus Lawrence.
Yeah, just waiting on those official
Ezra,
graphics. Yes,
Azor.
Yes, Ezra. Yep. So he was on campus over the weekend in Lincoln, and he's a guy from Utah that the Huskers are certainly looking at.
And Kendall Blue, is that?
Kendall Blue's, he's already been committed yet, but he's not necessarily that point guard type. He's that off the ball type of guy. but certainly is somebody that is going to play a key role in Nebraska's roster next year.
A quick question. We get a few of the texts before we go to our last break. A few of the texts. Sandman 460, good morning. Goes, hey, guys, obviously Jory Ball isn't doing it all by herself. It takes a team. But do you think she elevates the other players to play better? Like the old saying, a rising tide lifts all boats.
100%. 100%. Yeah, that happens. When you got good pitching and I'll say probably Doug in-house motivation as well, being that she's from here. And so she's probably taking it to that, helping everybody kind of reach their highest point of competition out there. And so that's what you see in the product. That team is playing lights out baseball or softball right now.
They really are.
Yeah, I think there's a couple things there, right? I think just naturally when you bring in somebody that's a 2-time national champion, that was the softball player of the year in the country in 2023, when you have a 2-time first team All-American on your roster, I think it's naturally going to elevate everybody around her. I think Nebraska, though, don't forget, last year, they were plagued with injuries. They lost 2 starting pitchers last season. They lost Abby Squire last year because she had to sit out because of shoulder surgery. Billy Andrews throughout the year was kind of banged up at times. Nebraska, though, utilized the transfer portal really, really well with the addition of players like the Cammonson sisters, and obviously with other players like or previously in Jordy Ball. So they've utilized the portal incredibly well. Give credit to Rhonda Ravel. They've stayed in the top 25 the entire season.
Mm-hmm.
I think there was 1 week early in the year when they started out with their gauntlet of a non-con schedule to where they dropped out and they were just receiving votes. But they've stayed around that top 20, top 22 spot the entire season. They're 32-10 on the year. They entered last weekend in a tie for first place in the Big Ten standings. And then ultimately, Oregon and UCLA, which are the 2 of the teams that came from the Pac-12, they're top of the line, right? Oregon is a really talented softball program. They've had success the last 10 years. UCLA has so much talent, and from a history standpoint, is one of the most successful college softball programs to play. And so this is the Big Ten tournament takes place in West Lafayette at Purdue. And it's going to be really interesting because you have a high ceiling with Nebraska, Oregon, UCLA. The Big Ten is a really good softball conference.
Yeah,
it usually is, but now instead of Nebraska, Indiana, and those teams sharing the top of the standings, you bring in some perennial powerhouses programs in UCLA and Oregon.
We got Brad from Baldwin. He's going to the game tonight. He says they better win. Brad, I'm glad you're going, my man. Cupsker says, I think the women's programs have it together because it seems like every week I hear women's this and they got the job done over the weekend. Men's programs need to catch up. I tell you what, I would agree with that. The women are taking care of their. You look at baseball, softball, you look at basketball, and of course volleyball up there, and obviously different dynamics.
Bowling won again over the weekend.
Bowling,
you just continue to stack victories.
Absolutely. Folks, we'll come back with our last segment with the RGT. Parting words from AG and the attitude adjustment. We'll be back. It's The Drive.
The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeyman electricians from $32.50 to $42.50 per hour with paid benefits. And if you're looking for a new career, they're hiring apprentices at $19.50 per hour with paid benefits. Call the office at 402-423-4497 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Make plans to join 93.7 The Ticket and the Ahman Green Foundation for the first annual Nebraska Esports Golf Tournament on Monday, June 9th at Wilderness Ridge. It's a 4-man scramble starting at 11 a.m. that will feature former Husker greats, including Ahman Green, Johnny Rogers, Niles Paul, Tony Davis, Adam Carricker, Rashawn Jackson, and more, with great prizes and great golf. Sponsorships are also available. Email Jake at theticketfm.com for more questions or sign your team up online at theticketfm.com. Early bird registration goes through April 20th, and overall registration goes through May 30th.
Breathe easier inside your home with Bryant. Eliminate allergens and odors and control humidity too. For a breath of fresh air, call 467-1111. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Spring has arrived, the temperatures are rising, and it's time to get your equipment ready for the season. Landmark Implement has high-quality used John Deere planters, sprayers, and tractors, priced to move and ready to work for you. Take advantage of unbeatable deals and flexible financing to upgrade your operation without stretching your budget. Stop by your local Landmark Implement or browse our full inventory online at landmarkimp.com. Before these deals are done, experience the Landmark difference.
Spring is right around the corner, and now's the time to get your John Deere mower prepared for the grass to turn green. To get you ready, Acres reduced the price of its John Deere mower blades, filters, belts, and home maintenance kits by 15%. Gator UTV maintenance parts are also 15% off. Regular maintenance will keep your John Deere equipment going for years. Warmer weather is coming soon, so don't delay. Offer expires May 31st, 2025. Visit your local Acres for details or go to acres.com to start shopping today.
The Husker games are coming soon. Do you know your tailgate meal for before and after the events? Führer's Cheese Spread is the dip that brings everyone together to celebrate something for all Nebraskans made in Nebraska. And it goes well with crackers, meats, soups, and more. How could you tailgate without it? Get to your local grocery store today and load up on Führer's Cheese Spread. No party or tailgate is complete without it.
Gannett Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gannett Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gannett Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GannettTrucking.com.
Hi, my name is Molly Party. I'm a realtor with MP Dodge Real Estate. I'm a newly licensed agent and considered numerous brokerages before deciding on MP Dodge. I chose the company that gives me the most support in my new career, plus guidance and encouragement along the way. MP Dodge has a unique mentoring program for new agents. It's helped jumpstart my career and has a supportive management team and administrative staff. So if you're contemplating a career in real estate, look no further than MP Dodge. It will be the best decision you make.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
The Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see lots of sunshine with light winds. An afternoon high around 67. Tonight, mainly clear skies and light winds, a low near 45. And tomorrow, we'll see mainly sunny skies. It'll be breezy and warm with the high near 82. I'm meteorologist Kyle Plecker from 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Tailored Landscapes is actively preparing for spring. Things like new tree orders, getting equipment ready, and training staff to serve you the best they can. If you haven't already planned, now is the perfect time to figure out a maintenance plan for your yard. Tailored Landscapes is on the brink of spring cleanups for all their existing customers, and they have limited spots available. They trim trees and shrubs when needed and only mulch proper amounts. Give Tailored Landscapes a call at 402-432-2572 to set up a meeting with one of their designers and stop by the Tailored Life store in Bennett. Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in temperature-controlled high-end wine room. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for spirits and cigars. That's Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
Hi, Sean Callahan here of HuskerOnline.com, inviting you to join us here on 93.7 The Ticket every Saturday morning. Now in our new time, we're on from 8 to 9 with the weekly Husker Online radio show. We'll give you the latest in recruiting. We'll talk about what's going on with both football, basketball, and we'll probably share a few stories from the inside. It's every Saturday morning right here on 93.7 The Ticket. It's the Husker Online radio show from 8 to 9 a.m.
Now back to The Drive with AD, Raff, and Ahman Gray on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, everybody, we're back again. This is The Drive on 93.7 The Ticket, wrapping up our Tuesday edition on Jackie Robinson Day of The Drive.
Raff, what's the name of that candy again?
Fun Dip.
Fun Dip.
Yeah, Fun Dip.
Couldn't think of the word Fun Dip.
Yeah, those are the good stuff, man.
I've never seen somebody as infatuated with a Pez than what we witnessed with Jake Sorensen.
Yeah, he loves that stuff.
He was fascinated.
Shocked that there was a Pez candy in our candy bowl.
I've not seen these in years, though, man. I mean, it's been a long time.
So,
Raffy, what you got, my man?
All right, everybody. Today's Ralph's Good Take makes me very happy. Congratulations to the Lincoln Southeast boys golf team. They won the city championship yesterday. And I wanted to send a big congratulations out to the city champion from Lincoln North Star, Carson Kildall. And then another congratulations out to Mr. Logan Krabenhoft. He had an ace on the 188-yard par 3, number 8, and they played at the Highlands yesterday. And there's no way in the world I would want to play at the Highlands yesterday without wind. But you guys are Ralph's Good Takes.
Yeah, I seen his picture in the online this morning. I'm like, dude, that's not an easy hole either. With that wind, it's hard.
What is that? 188 yards?
Yep.
So what club are you guys hitting?
Well, the wind was it in my face? Might have been using driver yesterday.
Yeah. I mean, if there was no wind for 188,
I would probably go 5 iron.
I'm probably going to 5. What are you going with, a pitching wedge, Nick?
9
From
iron.
188?
9 iron.
I'm probably swinging a smooth 7.
Yeah, I'm not making it there. Yeah. 188 with a 7 iron.
Smooth.
Yeah, I'd go 5.
If it was like 180, 182 with no wind, I'm probably going a full 8.
Mm-hmm. I think he used the 8 yesterday, didn't he?
Nope, didn't say. Just it was on number 8. Didn't say what he used.
Okay.
Because I've been curious to see if the wind, where was the wind coming from? It was coming from the west. It was coming from the west yesterday.
Yeah, so he had to club down then. If that's the case,
so it was right in his face.
Yeah, he would have to get a.
So club up.
He would have had to definitely.
So you're
club
probably.
up,
So I'd probably swing a full 7 then.
Yeah, with wind like that. Oof. And that wind is brutal coming right off the airport.
They said there were gusts of like 45 miles an hour out there yesterday.
That's crazy.
I mean, it's the Highlands. I mean, when the wind blows out there, it's windy.
No. Even on days that it's not windy, it's windy out there.
Yeah, I love that course though.
Ultimately,
Raff, what you got, my man?
Oh, I just did it.
Yeah, that's Raff's good take.
Oh, okay, that was your good take. I just thought that was.
I
was just loving golf.
AG's got his jersey on.
I was trying. I couldn't find the Jackie Robinson one that I have, but I found this in DP like this one here.
Oh, that is cool.
Which one is it? Let me see.
It's the Black Yankees. From the Negro Leagues.
Oh, cool.
Love it.
That's awesome. I need to get to Kansas City. I want to.
Oh, that is sweet.
I want to go to the museum.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That is sweet.
That's cool.
Where'd you get that one out, AG?
I don't know. I bought it when all the jersey craze was going on in the world.
Yeah.
I got NBA jerseys. I got some Negro League jerseys, NFL jerseys from like Doug Williams to Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Bill Russell.
That is fire right there, man.
That's awesome.
I love it. I love it.
That's awesome. What you got today, AD?
The 80 attitude adjustment is very simple today. My mom would always say this: be where your feet are. Be where your feet are. You know, it's easy in this world to where we're distracted. At least I can get distracted by so many different things. But she always says, be where your feet are. Be in that moment. You figure if you're a person that celebrates Easter, whether it's with family, whether it's faith-based, regardless, be where your feet are when you get everybody together. Just be present as much as you can. AG, what do you got, my man?
Oh, man, something I say similar to that thing I just had in my brain and popped out. But it was on the same line as that, man. You know, be where you are. But if it pops back in my head, I'll text it to y'all guys.
Well, how much baseball are you guys going to watch today?
I'll probably have it in the background.
The Husker game.
Yeah, I'll definitely have that.
Fox Sports 1.
I'll watch that at 6 for sure.
A little Charles Schwab Field action.
Yeah, that one I'll definitely be watching. And hopefully they come back with a dub.
Yeah.
So.
All right, everyone. Have a great Tuesday. Enjoy the weather. Be nice to each other. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
Join Nebraska softball for another action-packed weekend on April 18th and 19th as they face Indiana at Bowlin Stadium. The top 25 ranked Huskers are hot and ready to show off their dominance in the Big Ten during this two-game series. Plus, Saturday is Kids Day. There will be family activities throughout the game and an egg hunt with the team after the final out. You won't want to miss this weekend at the ballpark, April 18th and 19th. For event and ticket information, head to huskers.com/tickets. Go Big Red. Wrestling fans, it's time to elevate your game, just like Stevens & Smith Construction does for your concrete needs. As your full-service concrete contractor, we deliver solid results every time. From singles to doubles, fighting for inside position to scrambling reversals, we know how to pin down quality and slam expectations. Stevens & Smith Construction, a proud sponsor of Takedown Tuesdays on 93.7 The Ticket, where Husker wrestlers bring you all the action. Don't stall. Stevens & Smith Construction is here to help you build a concrete foundation for the win. Check us out at www.stevensandsmith.com because stalling is a penalty and winning is the only option.
Spring has arrived. The temperatures are rising, and it's time to get your equipment ready for the season. Landmark Implement has high-quality used John Deere planters, sprayers, and tractors, priced to move and ready to work for you. Take advantage of unbeatable deals and flexible financing to upgrade your operation without stretching your budget. Stop by your local Landmark Implement or browse our full inventory online at landmarkimp.com. Before these deals are done, experience the Landmark difference.
Right now, when you drive by Honda of Lincoln, you'll see more than 200 new Hondas and over 125 pre-owned vehicles. Hi, Charlie Stone here, and with me on the line is Andy Goodyear of Honda of Lincoln. Andy, how does it feel to have so many vehicles in stock again for your customers?
Charlie, it feels amazing to see how excited our customers are. They love the ability to see, test drive, and take immediate delivery of the exact new Honda they're looking for.
Do you have some good offers to talk about?
We sure do, Charlie. We're offering financing as low as 0.9% APR up to 72 months, or great lease rates on every new Honda. It's the perfect time to drive away in the new Honda you've been dreaming of.
How about pre-owned, Andy?
We have over 125 pre-owned and certified pre-owned vehicles to choose from. Just about every make and model with prices starting at under $10,000.
Maybe it's time you experience the best, the Honda of Lincoln way of doing business. 27th and Yankee Hill Road or online at hondaoflincoln.com.